Welcome back, my loves. Today we are doing a requested video how to make the perfect Jamaican dumplings. I will be making some green bananas as well and some saltfish and bok choy. So if it's your first time here, thank you for stopping by. For those who have been here with me, thank you. I appreciate you all. And if you like the video, it costs nothing to just hit that like button. All right, hit that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I don't usually do any measurement when I'm making my dumplings, but for the purpose of the video, let's go ahead and measure. 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of cornmeal, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to go ahead and stir that around, and then I'm going to gradually add my water. So with clean hands, I'm adding my 1 1/4 cup of water, and I'm adding it gradually. Now I'm just stirring it around with my hands just to form a dough. Then we're going to knead it into a soft but manageable dough. So once my dough is formed, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to cover this. And the reason for kneading this first before doing anything else is because I like to let my dough rest. So I cover it and I let it rest while my water is boiling, while I'm peeling my banana and getting all my other ingredients ready. The dough becomes more pliable and easier to work with and easy to form a nice beautiful dumpling when you let it rest. So even if you're rushing and you want to make a dumpling right away, that's no problem. The water probably take about 5 minutes to boil. So while the water is boiling, the dough is still resting, and then you can go ahead and form your dumpling. Well, I don't know if your family is like mine, but not everyone eats cornmeal dumpling. Some of them just love them flour dumpling. All right, so I'm going to make some flour dumpling, some plain flour dumpling, by adding 3 cups of all-purpose flour, salt and water. Quite simple, just the same. And right here I did a 3-to-1 ratio, 3 cups of flour to 1 cup of water, and it worked fine. I'm just gonna go ahead, cover it and let it rest just the same while I move on to boiling my saltfish. The saltfish that I'm using today is a saltfish that I've used before, and I know that it's not as salt as some of the saltfish that I've purchased, so it doesn't need a lot of boiling. Also, it is boneless. As mentioned in the title, I'm making bok choy with saltfish. So I'm going to go ahead, rinse it up properly. Sometimes you'll find a lot of dirt or debris in between. So you want to make sure you pull them apart and rinse it under running water. And after cutting it up, then you can go ahead, pour some salt on it just to ensure there is no insect or anything on it, and then you can go ahead and rinse it. So if you have never cooked bok choy before, you basically want to treat it just the same as you would treat the callaloo. Cut it up and rinse it just the same. A lot of persons like the leafy part, but I also love the stem. Only need to just make sure that you cut it up and cook it tender. I like when it's cooked tender. If it's crunchy, I don't like it. All right, so cook it to your preference and cut it up to your preference. Now here we go, that's exactly how I want it. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little salt and just rinse it one more time and we are good to go. I am gonna go ahead, prepare some peppers. I have some red and green bell peppers, and I'm also gonna cut up some onion, tomato, scallion, of course some scotch bonnet pepper. You can't leave out the scotch bonnet pepper. So there we go, all prepped and ready. I am gonna go ahead and we're gonna break up our saltfish. There's no bone to remove, so that's a plus. I'm also prepping my bananas and I'm gonna wash it thoroughly because I'm gonna boil it in the skin today. You don't have to do that. You can go ahead and peel them and just add it to the pot. But because I am boiling them in the skin, I want to make sure that they are washed properly. And it's also easier for you. Yes, it's less work. You just need to wash it properly. And as you can see, I'm removing the sticker that's on the banana. And then the only thing left to do is just remove the top and the bottom of the banana, and we only score it once or twice, and it makes it easier for the skin to remove when after boiling. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. So once I'm done with my bananas, I am gonna go ahead and it's time to shape my dumplings. All right, this is a requested video. People are always asking me how do I make my dumpling and how do I get them nice and perfect. I personally don't think they're perfect, but if you say so, then it is. All right, so I just use my thumb. As you can see, I go around in a circular motion and I tucked the dumpling. All right, I just tuck it, roll it around in a ball, and then I press, and that's it. And I use a little flour to help me to keep the dumpling in shape, because I make my dough nice and soft and pliable. As I said, I don't make it too stiff and tight, so I do need a little bit of flour to help to shape it so that it doesn't stick to my fingers or my hands. So basically that's it. So the dumplings are done. As you can see, they're not all the same size. I'm gonna go ahead, add some salt to the pot, about a tablespoon of oil, and I will be cooking the bananas first. I'm gonna give them like a 5 minutes head start, and then I add the dumplings. Once you add in those bananas and then the dumpling, you dare not cover that pot. Make sure you leave it either half covered or uncovered entirely. All right, otherwise it's gonna boil over your stove. Whenever I'm making saltfish, I always just go ahead and saute my saltfish first. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can add everything in the pot. But I like to saute my saltfish first, then I remove it, and then I saute my bok choy or callaloo, cabbage, whatever I'm doing, and then I add back the saltfish afterwards. I don't like when the saltfish is steaming and cooking with the vegetables, but that's just me. No, for the bok choy. As I said before, if you like it crunchy, go ahead and cook it to your preference. I like mine cooked soft and tender, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stir it up, add a little butter, some black pepper, vegetable seasoning. I love this vegetable seasoning, and it's salt free and it has a nice flavor. So I'm gonna use that. I'm also going to add some all-purpose seasoning, taste it, and if it needs more you can add a pinch of salt, whatever. Just go ahead and add your preferred seasoning. So once the bok choy has reached my preferred tenderness, I'm gonna go ahead, add back the saltfish, stir it around, and give it like 30 seconds and just remove it from the stove. As you can see, I have another pot over there going. That's for my ackee and saltfish. I also cook some ackee and saltfish, our national dish, and it was so enjoyable, so delicious. If you have never tried bok choy and saltfish before, this is your sign to go ahead and give it a try, and it pairs perfectly with dumpling and bananas. Or if you want to add some rice, that's totally fine as well. This is my little bowl right here. There is no doubt that this dish is absolutely 10 out of 10. All right, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a beautiful week, and just continue to watch, like, share. If you're watching from YouTube and it's your first time, don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching from Facebook, go ahead and hit that follow button and follow my page for more amazing family videos and cooking videos. Thanks for watching.